Hello and welcome to Angry Andy Reviews, and this is my review for Cleaner.
Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews.
Angry Andy. Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews.
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 Don't make me destroy you.
So, Cleaner.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Yeah, it stars Daisy Ridley. It's by the director of Casino Royale, and I think the film is fine in places. Some of the action is okay, if a tad over generic at times. I think Daisy Ridley does hold her own for a good amount of points in this movie, but I'm sorry to say this film is dreadful, absolutely dreadful. It's one of the most egregious knockoffs of Die Hard I think I've seen, apart from that Dwayne Johnson one, Skyscraper, which was just awful as well. I'm going to have some spoiler thoughts in here as well. And starting right now, how dare you have Clive Owen in this movie and then bin him off? Bin him off so friggin' soon. What on earth are you doing? But binning off a charismatic actor, a charismatic, potential villain here, only to replace him with this fucking duff, flamboyant nonsense. Jesus. The film is so confused, it's so conflicted within itself. Like, the motivations of the villains, these eco-terrorists as they are, we're all for saving the planet, we're all for using green energy and everything, but we all get really annoyed when, people start, throwing paint on paintings and, memorials and things like this. And it's hard to really sympathise with the villains when they're fucking doing something like this in the name of saving the world, as it is. And, God, it's far too much like Die Hard, even though it's trying not to be. Daisy Ridley's character Joey spends so much time away from everything that's going on inside. It's almost stupid that they don't deal with her at any other point sooner in the movie. It's such a mess. The good intentions are there, I think, but it's just, in trying to not be Die Hard, it inadvertently becomes Die Hard to a much lesser degree. It's ultimately a bad B-movie knockoff with very little going for it. Unfortunately, if this was meant to be some sort of springboard for more for Daisy Ridley,
Cause let's face it, baby, these days, you gotta have a sequel.
I can't see it at all. I can't see anything further coming from this film. Some of the action shots are okay, but like I said, there's nothing beyond the generic action that we've seen so many times before. You have those. What's really lacking here in Cleaner is that visceral carnage of Die Hard, of the likes of like Lethal Weapon and things like that. These tight shot action sequences feel fake, they feel flimsy and forced. Whereas Die Hard, there was a real sense of tension, a real sense of, is he going to come out of this alive? Getting injured for a start. You know what I mean? It comes away at the end of the film with very little injury, and you've just been through the ringer. Let's see it. Let's see the toll as it is on the person. Like we see, not just physically with John McClane, but also emotionally. As he's trying to get to Holly. Here in this film, she's trying to get to her brother, and you don't get a sense of that tension, that urgency, that I will do this or I will die kind of mentality, or intensity. It's completely absent. It's completely absent in this film. And like I said, you do away with Clive Owen, who is a brilliant, charismatic actor. You know, similar, if you like, to Alan Rickman. And yet, nah, fuck it. It's literally like if in Die Hard they went, no, we're not going to bother with Alan Rickman. We'll kill him off pretty much straight away, and then we'll go with the guy. You know, we'll go with him over there. Carl. We'll go with Carl instead. It was just a brute with no charisma and no depth. But it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. There's a number of missed opportunities in this film, and you know, if you're just after a bit of a nonsense B-movie, action movie, then fine, fair enough. There'll be plenty enough here for you to get through and talk about come the end of it. But in terms of long-lasting, memorable entertainment, I can't say there's much here of anything. The writing isn't really that great. You know, there's no depth to it. There's no weight to it. They try and do this whole, you know, cop on the outside speaking to Daisy Ridley on the inside, and again, there's no depth to that. There's no weight to it. Nothing similar to Al Powell, you know, who grows this buddy cop romance with John McClane throughout the entirety of Die Hard. There's nothing like that here. And again, I'm bringing back to Die Hard. And it's quite clear this film doesn't want that. But when you structure your movie in almost identical ways, with almost identical beats, almost identical end product, what do you expect? What do you expect? You're going to be lambasted by comparison for this.
That is one big pile of shit.
I don't really know what else to say, really, except just bafflement. It's okay. It's one of these average action movies that comes and goes. You'll watch it, you'll go, fine, it was okay, wasn't it? She kicked ass in a few places, which is great. I mean, she does hold her own, Daisy Ridley. But is this a film really for her? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like she might be in a bit of a weird place at the moment, in between this Star Wars movie that might be coming or might not be coming. You know, there's been a few other films, unfortunately, that haven't worked out for her. I feel a bit sorry for her in a way. But yeah, there's nothing else. I was intrigued purely for Clive Owen, and then, brilliant. Thanks. All right. Yeah, I mean, I could talk about cinematography, but it looks a bit generic. Everything about this movie is just generic, and therefore it's a generic middle-of-the-road film. So yeah, I don't really know what else more to say about this film. Cleaner, just the average nightmare fuel generic action movie that unfortunately will never get past, you know, better films. And that's the thing. When you're looking at this, there are nods and things to inadvertent nods to other better movies that we've seen do these similar things so much better, so many other times. Disappointing. But then again, I can't say I really expected too much because it only came to my radar quite recently. And again, there you go, it just kind of flitted into existence with nothing else really, you know, to show for it. But there you go. Cleaner. If you've got nothing to do, Saturday or Sunday night or afternoon, it's raining, fine. Give it a watch, see what you think. Let me know in the comment sections. Have you seen this film? Did you even know it existed? What do you think about the knockoff Die Hard variant as it is? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more reviews like this. Bye-bye.